evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. I just want to take a few minutes and chime in on last night's Cleveland Cavaliers Indiana Pacers game. The Cavaliers did take Game 2 of the series, 197, and you can thank LeBron James for that. Are the Cavaliers now in the driver's seat? I'm going to cautiously say yes, and I'm going to tell you why here in just a second, but first. The Cavaliers did beat the Pacers 197. LeBron James had 46 points, 12 rebounds, and he had the game's first 16 points. He had 29 points at the end of the first half. And that was remarkable. Now I'm going to tell you right now, Kevin Love had an effort last night. He had 15 points in the game, but he had to leave the game when he jammed his left thumb. This is the same left thumb that he had surgery on. He went out and had x-rays taken. He had x-rays done. They turned out to be negative. Thank heavens for that for all Cavaliers fans out there. He is expected to play Game 3 on Friday night. But I'm going to tell you now, Love was just disappointed because he had to set out the final 3 minutes 43 seconds of that game. The Cavaliers were up by 18 in the fourth quarter. The Pacers, I don't know what in the world happened. The Pacers came back to make a game of it. They had a chance to tie the game at the end of regulation, but Victor Oladipo, or I don't know how you pronounce his name, Oladipo, he missed a three that could have tied the game up. He finished with 22 points. Miles Turner for Indiana had 18. But what a game last night. Did the Cavaliers almost choke? I got to tell you, you have an 18-point lead. You got to do what you can to hang on to it. Now, LeBron James, I think he's back in his groove. He did have 46 points, like I said. But I'm going to tell you now, it's a long series. Now, they split the first two games in Cleveland. Now the series moves to Indianapolis for Game 3 on Friday night. Kevin Love, he will be back in time for Game 3. He had x-rays done on his thumb that he jammed up. This was the same left thumb that he had surgery on. So, there are some concerns in Cleveland because the Cavaliers' shooting in the first game was not that good. They lost 98-80 in Game 1, and LeBron James took a lot of responsibility for it. In the second game, LeBron stepped up. 46 points, 12 rebounds. And as far as Kevin Love goes, Cavaliers coach Tyronn Lue said, Kevin Love's, he's fine. He'll be ready to go for Game 3 on Friday. But it just pained him that he had to sit out the final 3 minutes, 43 seconds of that game. And that's when really the Pacers' comeback really started. They made a game of it in the final 3.5 minutes. I'll give them that. But it's a long series. The series moves to Indianapolis on Friday. So what do we need to look for? LeBron James, he did his part. But now we got to get Kevin Love. He's got to step up. And the Cavaliers cannot live and die by the three. That was their problem in Game 1. They did much better in Game 2. They took shots. They were not afraid to put it in the paint. That's what the Cavaliers need to do against the Pacers going forward. They cannot live and die by the three ball. It does not work. Victor Oladipo, he's finding that out the hard way this morning. He had 22 points, but in a losing effort. Miles Turner, like I said, he had 18. So here's the deal. The first two games in Cleveland are over. Now let's see what happens in Indianapolis. If the Cavaliers and Pacers split the next two in Indy, we're going to have a battle on our hands. However, if the Cavs take both, if Cleveland takes both games, they're in the driver's seat. If the Pacers somehow take both games on their home court, either they're going to be in the driver's seat or they're going to have a battle all the way to a seventh and decider. But for the short term, LeBron James did what he had to do. He stepped up to the plate. He did what he needed to do. In Game 1, the Cavs had nothing. So here's the question. Are the Cavaliers in the driver's seat now as far as the series with the Pacers? I say yes. LeBron did what he had to do. Kevin Love, he did have x-rays. He's in good shape. He'll be ready to go for Game 3 on Friday. However, if LeBron goes cold in one of the next two games, it's going to be a battle. We're going to have a battle with the Pacers on our hands. And that is something I think a lot of people will want to avoid. Bottom line. So what do we need to look for in Indianapolis? Again, If the Cavaliers win the next two in Indy, series, you can almost say series over. If they split in Indianapolis, the Cavaliers still have a chance. But I think it's going to be a 6-game battle. If the Pacers take both games on their home court, series over, and the Cavaliers are going to go out first round. And nobody in Cleveland wants to see that happen. With LeBron James, I think the Cavaliers still have a chance, maybe to get to the conference finals. As far as the NBA finals, we'll have to wait and see on that, because you got the Toronto Raptors. They're doing what they need to do. You got the Boston Celtics. They're playing good basketball right now. Then you got the Philadelphia 76ers, despite Joel Embiid's injury. I still think the Cavaliers have a chance to get to the conference finals and possibly the NBA finals. Will they win it all this year? I hate to disappoint all Cavaliers fans, but our chances of an NBA World Championship are not looking good. Considering that you still have the Houston Rockets out west with James Harden and Chris Paul. You still got Golden State with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a very interesting road to see what happens going forward in the NBA playoffs. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here this morning. My name is Scott Manning. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my name is Scott Manning. Just very simple, just my name. Scroll down, look for my little pretty face. And I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in this morning. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I will see you tomorrow morning. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a great day. And have a great day. Until tomorrow, goodbye, everybody. And thank you.